Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now is that Ooni of Ife ran out of his chambers again after sighting, a tortoise that had a furnace, fire on his back. Okay, like that tortoise was crawling towards the Ooni of Ife, and so he decided to run out of his chambers again. Now, if this information is true, this would not be the first time we are hearing something like this. And for those of you who are from Osun State, please, going by the trajectory of events, have you heard of anything like this? And is this even possible? Because sometimes, when we hear certain things, it's very difficult for us to believe it. But the fact that we are Africans, we know that things like this can be possible in certain traditions. It will become very easy for us to even consider if this is actually happening all true. Now, Dale, is this information true or not? I have no clue. I have no idea. If you ask me, now who I go ask? If you ask me, now who I go ask? Me, I just do photocopy and paste. Copy and paste. Dela writes, how are you guys doing? Okay, so there is this rumored information that is making rounds on social media that Kabiesi once again saw a tortoise in his chambers and decided to flee, like he ran out of the chambers because the thing was actually crawling towards him. And they said this happened when he came back from Lagos, where they said he spent a day or a night with, that is 24 hours with Olori Naomi and Tade and Nikawu. Now, they said when he entered his chambers, he was just sitting down and he saw this thing, this image that was looking like a tortoise with a fire behind it coming towards him. He decided to flee. And this will not be the first time we're hearing something like this. We have had this over and over again. And I am saying, oh my God, right now, let them not say it's Queen Naomi again, because, when things like this happen, they now attribute it to Naomi's return to the palace. He shared one kind of connection with Queen Naomi. If I want Queen Naomi back, if I want Sadenikawo back. Now, before the birth of the twins, we've had so many different stories of how Ifa wants Tadenikawu back in the palace and all of that. And that was why when the twins came, a lot of Naomi's fans, they were saying, oh, hallelujah, thank God. Let Tadenikawu and Queen Naomi rest, at least. Like, it was from a very good place, okay? So we stopped hearing all of this drama and all of that. But it's looking as if there is no ending point to this. The only time we may stop hearing things like this is when Queen Naomi returns back into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy just from the sauce. It's still on the rails. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my super people. Daylight, my daylight, my daylight, my great people. How are you, doing? I hope that you are excited to have your weekends. I love weekends so much because that's the only time I really, truly rest. And do I really rest? It's just maybe on Saturdays and on Sundays, I start work again. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I thank you. I am grateful to each and every one of you for your, your loyalty to this channel. I love you. For those of you who are, members of this channel, I appreciate you guys so much. It's been a very busy, time for me. I'm going to begin to do some of those things I promise to do for our members. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. So we are talking about the tortoise movement right now. No, they said that if you see a tortoise crawling during the day, it's either something is pursuing the tortoise or the tortoise is pursuing something. Right now, it's as if the tortoise is actually pursuing something. And what is the tortoise pursuing? Now we heard that Ifa priests they have been summoned, and when they came that day, that when he came out, that he called on all the Ifa priests. They said right there in the palace they've got a number of Ifa priests who are busy seeing what is going on and all of that. But sometimes I begin to wonder, do they really see? How come they didn't see this coming? Okay, and so well, of course, I am curious, so that's why I asked that kind of question because of course they know how they do their things. They know their modus of operation. So right now, we have seen what has been going on, and that is if all the information we keep getting on social media is true. That they say this tortoise thing and all of that, and they said when this Ifa priest came, they now started saying and they're saying danger. Some of them are spelling danger and all of that. I said, what is there a time that they don't spell danger? I thought they said that they were going to remove some pots, and if those pots are removed, that everything is going to normalize and all of that. So where is this coming from again? And they said that Oni has been very apprehensive toward what has been going on, that they need to, kind of find out what the real problem is, as this is a sign. So right now, in so many different culture and tradition, when they see things like this, it's usually maybe sometimes they'll say it's a premonition, and the other time they'll say it's a sign as to something is wrong or something is not being done correctly and all of that. And again, it's important to also understand that for a man like the Oni of Ife, I'm sure his other eye is open. Okay, maybe if there was any other person who sat down there with him, that person may not have seen what he saw. Okay, so he probably maybe seeing that from his spiritual side. Who knows? Nobody knows what is going on. But they said this is not looking good for him. He's very, very worried about it, and that he called Queen Naomi and he was very apprehensive and he wanted prayers. And Queen Naomi had to pray on the phone for him from the other side. And you do know that, as much as Ooni of Ife is a traditionalist, he's somebody who also have that belief in God. Because when Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife first got married, we saw videos where Ooni of Ife would go on pulpit and praise God and talk to people about God. How no matter what you do, God is God has the final answer. And if God says that something will be, it will be. If God says that it will not be, it will not be. And so, a lot of people have come to ask, okay, why did she marry Ooni? Why did she marry Ooni? What she said she thought God had sent her on an errand, which I still believe that God sent her on an errand. I believe that everything she's going through it because of the mightiness that in her person as Queen Naomi. And I also believe that everything that Kabiyesi is going through because of the mightiness that is in him as a king. Now, will any normal person go through this? This has been very, very bad and complicated. Like, it's been so much. For a woman of Queen Naomi's age, I don't know if there are two women who have gone through this kind, what Queen Naomi has been through. Like, she has been through so much. They have dragged her like a pass your neighbor generator. They have dragged her. They have said a whole lot of things, unprintable things about this woman. And these days it's even better because God is kind of raising bloggers who are standing to defend Queen Naomi. I know that a lot of bloggers who are coming up are, saying a whole lot of things and saying things that they shouldn't be saying and getting into stuff that they shouldn't be getting into, talking about to be babies and all of that. I think maybe that may be going too far. But if maybe God just puts you out there to defend Queen Naomi, because it was the way that bloggers were dragging Queen Naomi that gave rise to the number of bloggers who came up for Queen Naomi's defense. And even though blogging, you earn something from blogging, but I think that God has a way of making things happen and making raising soldiers to stand up for you. Right now, the number of people who are talking for Queen Naomi are more than those who are talking against Queen Naomi, and I think this is what God has done. Now, going back to what has been going on with this tortoise carrying a fire. What is this fire thing? What does it signify? Yeah, what does it signify if you are Yoruba, especially those from Osun State? Anything carrying fire behind, what does it signify? Does it signify trouble? Does it signify pain? Does it signify confusion? Does it signify, what does it signify? Whatever you think this signifies, please put it down in the comment section. I usually respond to comments on weekend because the comments are usually plenty. Oh my God. Comments are up to 500 and something in 1 week. Hey, so to sit down and respond to those comments, it's like a whole day's job for me, and it's very very important. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate you for your comment, your time, your engagement, and all of that. It's not taken for granted though, at all. I don't take it for granted. They're good, the bad, the ugly. They're super super ugly. They're super 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 ugly. I do not take for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you. What does this thing signify? Do you know what it signifies when a king is always seeing fire, seeing fire, seeing fire? Fire is very hot. Does it really signify some kind of hotness, some kind of, cures, unhappiness, or what does it really signify? Because I don't think this is a good thing, and I think that they need to sort out what the problem is, and they need to really fix it once and for all. After all, I think that is the reason why it's having all of this Ifa priests around there. As we heard that they have a lot of Ifa priests around there. But whatever happens, do not forget that these are all alleged information. It's not the first-hand information. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.